This is unbelievable. How do you wake up in the morning? I'm not even kidding. Now let's put some meat on the bone in case you think I'm making this up. When Nancy Pelosi, who's her counterpart in the Senate, the hapless Chuck Schumer, who is in AOC's back pocket, the bartender now running national policy. There's a bartender running national economic policy. I'm not kidding. This is not a knock, believe me, on bartenders. They are much smarter than AOC. It's this, I'm not kidding. So some of the smartest people I know, some of the life advice I got from bartenders, I still apply today. It's this specific bartender who is the... She's running a $22 trillion national economy. Here's some of their liberal wish list items that AOC and her squad folks and these far left radical groups flew in at the last minute. Here's some of their demands they wanted in this bill. Hat tip again, Rachel Bovard. This is the actual bill. And a big hat tip to Paula for inserting 7,000 screenshots into the show today. Mm-hmm. These are just 5 of the dumbest things. So you say, well, this is the Wuhan virus relief bill. Clearly, this only has to do with the economic damage done with the Wuhan virus. No. Here are, quote, grants for conducting risk-limiting audits of the results of elections. Clearly, this is a mistake. Grants to federalize elections. Are people making money off elections? Are state election boards charging per vote? Is this some kind of economic issue? Are people being laid off from election boards? I'm just asking. What if there was ever a time to drop an F-bomb, it's now. What is this doing in the Wuhan virus bill? What the hell is an election Christmas tree amendment doing in this? What is it doing in there? You liberal nutbags. Here's another one. Not a joke. This is the actual bill. The Kennedy Center, which is great. I got no issue with the Kennedy Center. You should drive by it every day. Come back from Reagan Airport, you see it all the time. The John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts for operations and maintenance should get $35 million. What the hell does this have to do with the Wuhan virus? $35 million to the Kennedy Center? I love the Kennedy Center. It's beautiful. What the hell does this have to do with the Wuhan bug? We're not done. Again, this is just 5 of the real winners in this bill. Next, got to bail out the Postal Service. Yeah, there you go. Notwithstanding any other provisions of law, any outstanding debt of the U.S. Postal Service owed to the Treasury is hereby canceled. Yes, this is the perfect time to bail out the Postal Service. You're right. Let's do that. Let's bail out the What the hell does that have to do with the Wuhan virus? Bailing out the Postal Service? Now, this one's great for all you woke morons out there on the left. Joe, we know in the Wuhan virus, we want to make sure that companies that are going under, we got to know how many white guys they have on their board. Not a joke. Not a joke. Here's lowlight, because there are no highlights, number 4, from the Democrats and AOC, her wish list and their wish list of items inserted into the bill for these far left nuts. Here's number 4. How many white dudes are on your board? Pay equity. A comparison of pay amongst racial and ethnic minorities, and to the extent possible, results disaggregated by ethnic group as compared to their white counterparts, and comparison of pay between men and women for similar roles and assignments. Not a joke. It goes on. Corporate board diversity. Corporate board demographic data, including total number of board members, their gender, race, and ethnic identity of board members, and otherwise provided as otherwise known or provided voluntarily, board title positions, as well as any other leadership and subcommittee assignments. This is really important. Gosh, how many white guys you have on your board. That's really important during the greatest financial crisis since the Great Recession, maybe the Great Depression. Yes, of course. How many white dudes on your board? That's super important right now. Isn't it great to be a Democrat? How do you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror? As I tweeted out yesterday, and I will continue to say, I'm absolutely sure of two things. Republicans are not the answer to all your problems. I'm sure of that. Yeah. But number two, the cause of the majority of your problems are absolutely the Democrats. A shameful group of morons that are a historical stain on this country like we've never seen at any point in our lifetime. Here's another one.
Pandemic to force your agenda. I'm sorry. It's selfishness.
No, don't be sorry. It's not just, as the audience referee, I'm sure you're not the only one saying this right now. Here's another one. This is maximum wokeness, Joe, because the airlines are going to go under soon if we don't get behind them somehow. And they got to make sure that the airline's carbon emission offsets are offset. They want to make sure that the FAA shall require each air carrier receiving assistance to offset their carbon emissions for domestic flights beginning in 2025. Holy Moses. If there was ever a time, I know, ladies and gentlemen, I try to keep this show family friendly, but sometimes even the holiest of the holy, and that's not me, can lose it. This is unbelievable. How do you wake up in the morning? I'm not even kidding. How many white guys on your board, carbon offsets for airline carriers that could go under here, I'd hire tens and hundreds of thousands of people. Federalizing elections, the $35 million for the Kennedy Center, bailing out the Postal Service. This is all real. That's the bill.
You just heard the Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.